Kia ora everyone, it is week 3 of 40 and it is our third destination, and we have arrived at the Hatch in New South Wales this week. We will be travelling between 2 destinations. It just happened that way so we could catch up with friends around the Newcastle area, but this is an absolutely amazing spot, so let's check out. What was that, TJ?
Sally is here!
Okay, who's Sally? There is Sally. Sally and a couple of other dogs actually walk around this site a fair bit, and the kids absolutely love it. So let's check out this montage, and before we do, let's get them up. Bigger piece. Kids. Oh no, the volume is running. What is it? we've got it's us. We're paddling pretty good, right? Kia ora everyone and welcome to our video. We are at the end of week 3 and what a week it has been. We have gone from the warm 25 degrees, nice breeze of Port Macquarie and walked straight into a storm at Port Stephens, which had taken out the power at our caravan site as well. And we decided to ditch out of there a night earlier than we had booked, and they have credited us, so thanks so much to Ingenia. And we've arrived now in Sydney, and Sydney is less windy, which is fantastic because the 85-kilometre gusts that we were having were threatening to send our awning off, and there were some awnings that were damaged when we were in those storms at Port Stephens. And look, we're super thankful that we made it down to Sydney in one piece in torrential rains, and there was lots of wind on the way down. I actually had to, for the first time, use the Red Arc electric brake on the caravan to slow me down as I'm coming down a high wind bridge between Newcastle and Sydney, and I'm stuck in 2 trucks. I felt that was probably the best way to keep me straight, and it worked super well. So if you're ever doing that trip and there are high winds and you've got cars flying past you and you're feeling a little unsettled, actually using that Red Arc brake was super helpful. So the update with the whānau is it is raining still here in Sydney, which is why this video is in here. The kids have just set up the Nintendo. So they're going to, we're just waiting for the rain. You can see that they're in their swimmers. We're just waiting for the rain to subside or the wind to subside before they go for a swim. So big learnings for us this week. The weather, how to live in and what sort of gusts our awning could survive. And what we had to learn was how to live with no awning, because when the awning's down, we have our bikes under there, we have a few chairs set up, we have an esky set up to the 12 volt out there as well, and just a couple of other sort of small things that we carry around with us. For example, all of our shoes, but it turns out in wet weather when we don't have that awning, all of that is now shipped into the car, which makes it challenging when there's no power. You rock up to Woolies and you know it's absolute mayhem, or it was mayhem when we were there. It was very busy. No fresh food, so we're like, well, let's stock up, let's get some waters, because we're not sure how long the power will be out. And when you've got all that stuff in the back, well, you need to just plan a little better. We've gotten caught out twice with that, because we still don't have the awning out. The winds are meant to subside tonight, so we'll get that awning out, bring that stuff out of the car. But it is something that we hadn't experienced before, going through a storm. Thankfully, we had spent sort of 9 days prior to this living off-grid. We sparked up the generator and we were pretty comfy and pretty good, so we were able to sort of weather the storm. We were indoors and kept dry. I really felt for the tents next to us. Lots of people who pitched up Wednesday night, they sort of left the Thursday morning after the storm. Just it wasn't quite worth it. And we've gotten used to living very close together, because we're stuck in the van. I'm doing work in the van, they're doing homeschool in the van, all at the same time. So that's probably been the case Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So learning how to live in wet weather and through storms was a huge learning this week. And the other part was when we were offering some people around us use of our generator and use of the internet. Funnily enough, they all went after the internet. With no power, there also was no phone service. So the caravans around us were super thankful when I shared my access to our Starlink, and because it's unlimited, I didn't mind too much. And yeah, I told them, look, you're streaming, give it to your kids, whatever, it's okay. So I imagine that night it was getting very well used, but we were still able to stream stuff here in the van, which we were super thankful for. So we look forward to catching up with you guys next week, and for all the family to see more of these guys. Funnily enough, the gang just still can't hold them. They just enjoy seeing themselves on this camera. So kids, say goodbye to the family, and we'll see you next week.